Hi. And welcome to our Survivor Series prediction show.
Woohoo! It's been a while.
It has been a while, yeah. I've kind of had a bit of a while where there haven't been any new videos for a multitude of reasons. Hopefully, brief hiatus. Although my intention is that this is the beginning of getting stuff going regularly again. So, Survivor Series is this Sunday, and well, there's 6 matches announced so far. So let's just jump right into it. So the first match we're going to talk about is the United States title match, which this is really confusing to me right now because, okay, we're recording this on Wednesday. I went ahead and I looked at the SmackDown spoilers because I wanted to prepare for this video and see if they announced any new matches. And from what the SmackDown spoilers I saw, they announced Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler. And then a few hours ago on WWE.com, they announced John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler.
Confusion.
Yes, including they put up a poll, which, who do you think will win? It was Dolph Ziggler, John Morrison, or how is Zack Ryder not in this match?
Yeah.
So I am pretty convinced it's going to become a triple threat by the time this match actually starts.
We can only hope.
Whether they do it on SmackDown or do it at Survivor Series. But since we can't fully account for that, we're just going to talk about it 2 times really quick. Once if it's just a singles match between Morrison and Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison. Ziggler he's the longest reigning champion they have currently.
Yeah.
Morrison is rumored to be leaving very soon.
Really? What?
I believe there's people backstage who said Morrison said, "I want to go to TNA."
What? Fine, go.
Whatever.
Go away. We don't want you.
No, I like Jomo. I really think Jomo is on his last legs, and they stopped advertising Morrison for house shows starting like next month, including pulling him off the listing for some of them.
Huh.
So I'm inclined to say that Morrison is either his contract is running out and he has no intention of re-signing, or they're maybe trying to do some storyline whether he's gone or something. I don't know. But I really don't think John Morrison has a chance against Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he beat him that one time.
Yeah. I really don't know, because I thought they were trying to give him a push with the whole, getting rid of Melina thing. I thought that was their goal, was to bring him back up into the mid-cards. But if he's actually going to leave, then no, there's no way he's going to get the title belt unless they work it into his storyline.
Yeah, if Morrison wins the belt on Sunday, he's sticking around.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's their way of trying to keep him to stick around, giving him the title. Who knows?
Well,
that's the case.
That hasn't worked before, but
sometimes making someone the champion, they still go off and sign other places. Not you, Mike Awesome. Rest your soul. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, if the match is simply Dolph Ziggler versus John Morrison, I'm taking Dolph Ziggler in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Ziggler's got all of the moves and everything. I think Morrison they're just giving him the lucky shot, and they had to break Morrison's losing streak so he's a credible person again. So
once you bury someone as deep as they buried Morrison, they don't really recover.
Well, he beat the United States champion. Why is the champion's job really good?
Well, I'll put it this way. Ziggles has done a bit of jobbing. Rhodes is actually... I'll put it this way. On SmackDown, I watched a couple of SmackDowns recently. SmackDown actually has... SmackDown is actually the far better show right now because it's not booked like an idiot. It's booked like...
You've been holding out on us now.
It's booked by someone who is like, I'm just going to book this logically. Which, it's not major swerves or anything, but it's not offensively dumb.
We just want to see some good wrestling, basically.
And that's what SmackDown's been doing, yeah. Rhodes is been booked, I'd say Rhodes has been booked fantastically.
Yeah.
The only person
I
he's
don't
really
like
been fed
Rhodes,
to
so.
was Orton, which
That's
I could
fair.
see why they fed him to Orton, because they needed Orton to do something after laying down clean the Henweech for twice.
Yeah.
So they fed Rhodes to Orton.
I think that was fair.
Which,
too.
yeah,
They both ended up looking good at the end of that.
Yeah.
Paper.
All right, we'll come back to that when we get to that match.
Yeah.
So got
So
pretty
also
Ziggler all around. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, let's say it's a triple threat between Ziggler, Morrison, and Zack
We
Ryder.
can only hope. Only hope.
A bit more frame there. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
So now that fist pump is in full glorious action. Okay. Put it this way. To me, everything aligns perfectly here. I mean, let's look at it. First of all, Zack Ryder has beat Ziggler a number of times.
He has.
He has had 2 title matches, and he's lost both of them. 3 is the magic number most of the time. They are in New York City at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
He has been getting a lot of FaceTime recently.
He had a main event.
I think they have a plan on moving. I'm pretty sure they plan on moving Ziggler up the card to main card.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they move a heel up to
Definitely.
main card, one of the things they do first to kind of get them some heat is have them drop the mid card title.
Yeah.
So to me, everything lies perfectly in place.
Yeah. And then we have the Jomo story.
Which is why I think Jomo is there.
Yeah.
I think Jomo is there to get pinned by Zack Ryder. So that way, Ziggler can lose the title, but still look strong
good,
by not getting pinned.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, they wouldn't have a scenario of Ziggler possibly getting pinned twice in one night.
Yes. Yes.
And then they can set it up where they can continue the feud for one more match at a pay-per-view where Ziggler could say, I wasn't pinned, so then they can go to the next pay-per-view, which is tables, ladders, and chairs, and maybe do like a ladder match or something there. Whereas Ziggler, in the ladder match is one of those matches where even if you lose a ladder match, it's still possible to look,
Good.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Michaels came out far better over Razor Ramon, even though he lost that ladder match.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So,
Shawn Michaels and a ladder. Oh, and Razor.
Plus, by the way, I was kind of joking about this, but I really would love to see Zack Ryder pin John Morrison just to see the episode of Z True Long Island Story
yes.
where Zack Ryder's dad has to come to terms with the fact that his son beat John
We
Morrison.
need some continuity. That would be beautiful. My only worry here is that it's too glorious of an idea for WWE to utilize.
That's what happened when I threw it out to some people online. You're like, that is so logical that they're going to screw it up.
No, they cannot do it. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
I want it to so bad. And it makes so much sense.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this pay-per-view. I'm gonna admit, with my picks, I'm not as much picking what I think they might do in certain things. I'm more picking what I am so confident that they should do.
There you go.
And to me, that is going with Zack Ryder to become the United States champion.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Yeah,
He really does.
He's been working a lot.
He's
lately.
been getting a lot of FaceTime. He's been selling his merch.
And Ziggler deserves to go further up the card.
Yep.
He's been pulling double duty on pay-per-views like mad.
They know he's a stud.
They know that he sells matches like a beast.
They know that Dolph Ziggler is one of the best talents they have right now.
So they have to, yeah.
To me,
He's just sexy in the ring. It's just amazing.
Dolph Ziggler reminds me of Billy Gunn, but he has far more upwards potential than Billy Gunn ever had.
Far more charisma.
Including using Billy Gunn's finisher. That's okay. He wasn't doing it anyway.
Yeah. Alright. So next we're going to talk about Divas title match. Beth Phoenix versus Eve Torres. Is there any reason to take the belt off Beth?
There really shouldn't be. Unless it's via roll-up.
Not gonna lie, I've lost any and all respect for the Divas Championship.
I just stopped
I've actually lost any and all respect for the Divas Wrestling when Natalya gets rolled up by Kelly, and Kelly had no offense.
But consider this. Natalya has been losing a lot lately. Kind of looking weak. When you have a big, dominant, heel tag team or stable, which I guess you could kind of argue that they're trying to push him as.
Yeah.
Those are bound to break up eventually.
Yeah, I suppose.
That would be a great.
You're
feud.
bound to have somebody turn face. I could easily see Beth giving Natalya the boot for not being able to get the job done, and then Natalya come back face.
That would be a match I'd like to see.
See,
We wouldn't see roll-up pins. We would see actual fighting. We'd
see, that's what I'm
actual
hoping
wrestling.
for right now. To me, that's the out of this whole thing, and
But why
how they
did
bungled it a
turn
lot.
Natalya heel in the first place?
Because they wanted to align her with Beth and do the whole thing of we have the wrestler divas versus the model divas. Thing is,
how are
they
the model divas even remotely winning?
Kelly
Which is the
Kelly
problem.
has no offense. It's
All right,
just a
let's
roll-up.
let's bring the bitching back in for a minute.
I can't.
Yeah, which is the whole problem of the whole angle is that they made the the wrestler divas, the one who were supposed to believe were dominant and could destroy these girls, look way too weak at the beginning, and they still only have booked Beth to look anything powerful. Natalya has been losing to Alicia Fox and Kelly Kelly left and right.
Silly.
Yeah. So that's what I hope they end up going with, where we're going to see the Divas of Doom split and get the Natalya-Beth feud.
Divas of Doom, I like that.
Well, that's what they're kind of like called. But
Yeah, it's
I haven't heard it.
that's what they're
I've also
called in
heard
my
the Sisters of
EW. Yeah,
Destruction.
that's what they're calling my EWR game. So there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with Beth here. I see no reason to take the title off of her at this
Really,
point.
no.
I'm abstaining because I honestly have lost it.
You have no caring anymore
I will
for the
always
Divas.
just vote for
Divas
Beth.
matches for me are using the bathroom. I'm sorry, it's just what it's become.
Well, if they actually tried, maybe not. But
The problem is I have not seen evidence,
no, exactly.
so I have no reason.
We'll see. I'm going with the hope that they will
Apologize for that.
I've
build.
kind of lost faith.
Otherwise, I'm gonna. If I have to make a choice, Beth, only because Beth is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm going with the hope that they will build this up somewhere.
there you go.
All right. Next, we're gonna go with Team Orton versus Team Barrett.
Why
So,
Barrett?
Roy Barrett,
Barrett.
which for a while I wondered why this wasn't Team Rhodes, because
Yeah.
isn't Cody the one who was feuding with Orton?
Yeah, maybe they don't have faith in Cody's speaking abilities.
Blasphemous!
I know. I'm really reaching here. I have nothing. Maybe they just want to push Barrett.
Precisely.
That's the
They're
only
pushing
thing.
Barrett or it's Swerve Country. You never know.
Oh yeah. So, I guess to give a quick run over the teams, you have Team Orton is Randy Orton, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Welsh Tista, Mason Ryan, and Botch Kara
Yep.
versus. I'll admit Sin
Cara.
Cara's gotten better. Sin Cara has not botched anywhere near as much as he was
He
before.
botched
The
the
last match on
match.
Raw with him,
It was
him
awful.
and Hunico was actually doing pretty well.
It was
They had a
good,
couple-
yeah.
They had a couple of really good.
And then you have they go up against Team Barrett, which is Wade Barrett, the now unmasked
The
Cody Rhodes.
Gangsta Cara. Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Gangsta
yeah.
Cara.
Well,
And Cody Rhodes.
Cody
yeah.
Rhodes, yeah. Cody Rhodes, Hunico, Dolph Ziggler, and Jack Swagger.
And Dolph Ziggler is currently subbing for.
Christian,
Yeah.
who messed his knee up.
Yeah.
I think he's come back, Christian. We love you.
So, yes. Why this isn't Cody... I thought for a while it wasn't Cody Rhodes, but then I realized that I'm pretty sure they're going to give the monster push right now to Wade Barrett, which they
Yeah.
should, because Wade Barrett is a stud and a future star.
Yeah.
I'll agree
He's
with that
got good
because
skills on the mic.
he's got
He's
good
reps.
skills, good wrestling, good physique for what you'd want in a kind of a
Yeah, he's a big
a
guy.
possible monster face or heel. Just big guy.
They really dropped the ball with all the core stuff, so I think it's time that
Yeah.
they bring him back without, a terrible stable behind him.
Indeed. And this, I think, is a good match for him, because you look at his team, I mean, you have him, you have Cody Rhodes, who I'm very impressed with Cody Rhodes lately.
I agree.
He's a stud.
He doesn't have the mask anymore,
Which he's playing beautifully.
because it's kind of come full circle with Rhodes now. He went from being the arrogant dashing to the insane and masked undashing one.
Yeah.
So now he took the mask off, and he's still batshit insane, but he's back to being arrogant again. So he's
There you
kind of
go.
like come full circle and
Woohoo!
fused everything together.
I like
And by the
it.
way, I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed this, but when Cody Rhodes came out on Monday, oh my God, he was looking cut.
Oh my God, you're so right. It was ridiculous. You don't have to tell me that.
Rhodes is...
I'm constantly fawning over Rhodes.
Rhodes is looking a lot bigger lately.
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting on a lot of muscle, and you can really tell. Because when he came out there, I mean, I never looked at Cody Rhodes and said, wow, that guy is, he was kind of a scrawny looking guy, but he came out on Monday, and I looked at him and was like, holy crap, he's looking cut.
The guy is big.
So...
And he was wrestling really well on Monday. New music, slightly new gimmick. I mean, kind of same gimmick, so it looks just like...
A refined gimmick.
Yeah,
refined, yeah.
The evolution of the gimmick.
The gimmick, basically.
So, yeah, let's talk about... Who do you think's going to win this match? What team?
Team Orton.
Oh, Team Orton?
I'm going Team Orton.
Honestly, I can see either of them going. I'm going to go with Barrett, with Team Barrett. Mainly because they're giving Barrett the monster push, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
2, Rhodes, this will help make Barrett look really good. Rhodes look really good. Ziggler look really good. And who cares what we go. And Swagger, well...
They might do something with Swagger.
Swagger looks really good still, so he's not wrestling horrible.
I hope he's one of
and although Team Orton has really great people, it's just but most of them have what they already need. So
yeah, that's what I look at this. I look at Team Orton, and they have a lot of top faces, good faces on that team, but no one really needs it.
No.
Not even Orton, because Orton...
I'm wondering if, it depends on how the night goes, basically, because we'll need one good, happy moment.
Zack Ryder winning the U.S. title?
If he wins that, then sure. If he's actually in that...
I'm actually hoping Zack Ryder... I'm banking on Zack Ryder giving that one feel-good moment, because I'm kind of going with a heel-heavy pick here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so... I mean, even Orton doesn't really need this, because, yeah, he jabbed to Henry those 2 times, or lost to Henry, but he then got the win over Rhodes, and has been booked very strong lately, where he can take this loss, and if they book it at the end it's like Cody Rhodes, or Rhodes and Barrett against Orton, and Orton's just 2-on-1, and he ends up losing, I don't think Rhodes looks bad, or Orton looks bad by any means. I'm getting Orton and Rhodes confused this moment, I apologize.
I do that.
So yeah. I think that Wade Barrett needs to walk out of this as the one who is the sole survivor, because I think that he has all the skills, and I think they need to build up someone new for somebody to face when they come back around WrestleMania. Thought?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it's going to be Undertaker versus Wade Barrett, but I'm saying it really should be Undertaker versus Wade Barrett, because I don't think... Every other match I looked at for Undertaker at WrestleMania 28 was either we've seen it twice already, or it wouldn't be a good match.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
I could see some shenanigans going on.
Yeah, definite
for
shenanigans.
To win.
Definite
I can
shenanigans.
see that.
And remember, Vicky will be at ringside. Don't forget about Vicky.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Vicky.
I don't know if she'll play a big role.
Probably
not.
In this match. Maybe in Swagger or Ziggler's demise, but
yeah.
That, I don't know.
So yeah, I'm taking Wade Barrett's team to win, because I think Barrett is on the verge of a big push. Right to the top. Alright, so on to the World Heavyweight Championship match. We have Mark Henry versus The Big Show. And I asked the same question I asked for Beth. Is there any reason to take the title off of Mark Henry?
No.
And even if there were, is there any reason to have Big Show be the one to take it off?
He had a reason. I recall this reason.
If Big Show's getting up there in age, he's also getting a lot slower. A couple of weeks ago, I saw his match against Del Rio. He was very sloppy, and it was very slow. I think if they were to give him the title, it'd be the last run. Thanks for the memories. Here's a quick and dirty title run, and you drop it back to Henry, or if they're trying to put on something else.
Feasible, but I just think that in terms
be the only thing I can think of doing.
In terms of being the person to finally go over Henry, I really think that there's only two people it should be at this point. It should either be Daniel Bryan
Agreed.
as the ultimate David versus Goliath.
That
would be him, because that's one thing they've watched on the SmackDown. They've been building Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan.
See, I haven't been watching.
I'll give you the lowdown on that later, but yeah, they're starting to build up having Daniel Bryan go up against Mark Henry at WrestleMania. That would be great, especially if Bryan was to win that, which, please! And the only other person who I think should really be in serious consideration for taking the belt off of Henry would be Sheamus. Because they never really finished that feud they had going into SummerSlam.
I agree.
That kind of just faded off.
And then he just shifted it to Christian, and it didn't seem right. And now Christian's gone.
Yeah.
So now Sheamus is going to be bored.
So yeah. Unless it's one of those two, I don't really see any reason to take the belt off Henry.
No, he's got a great run. I want him to keep that run going.
Yeah, he definitely deserves that good run.
Yep.
He's doing a good job. It's not even a pity run. Like, it's just a good, straight-up run. He's a great heel.
Beefcake.
You say Henry is just, right now, he's one of the definitely, like, top 3 things going in the company right now.
For sure.
He is the best monster heel they
had
long time. I would be hard-pressed to go anyone, at least in recent memory. Like, the only person who even really got, like, this good a monster push was Umaga, and even Umaga kind of faded out at the end.
Yeah.
When they fed him to Cena, and Cena beat him. And same with the great Khali. Khali ran wild, and then they fed him to Cena, and Cena beat him.
And then everyone, or Kane, but...
Kane, they give him the monster run every once in a while, but it's not
and
even
then
legit.
beat him.
It's not even legit anymore.
So yeah, Henry all around.
For sure. Yep.
Next up is one I think we might get some interesting opinions on. CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio for the WWE Championship.
I'm torn about this one. I really don't know.
I think Ricardo's going to take it and run with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Ricardo is, without a doubt, the best thing about Alberto.
He really is. At this point, he is.
At this point, he is.
The thing is Ricardo's going to be a deal breaker, I think, in this match.
Yeah.
One way or the other. He's going to either be the reason Del Rio wins or the reason Del Rio loses.
Yeah.
And I'm inclined to go with the reason Del Rio wins here, because in my opinion, if Del Rio were to lose to Punk here, we would be back to square one, where Del Rio would just have lost all credibility for the third time.
Yeah.
Where are we going from? He won the Royal Rumble and he's gonna beat Edge at WrestleMania, and then he loses.
I'm still angry.
And then he cashes in Money in the Bank and wins the WWE title, and then he loses to Cena.
Yeah.
And now he wins the WWE Championship again, and promptly loses to CM Punk.
Yeah. And I don't think... I feel like CM Punk has more to do with H and Nash. I don't feel like that is over yet. And I really don't think bringing the title into that is going to do much at this point.
I feel that Punk, once again, does not need the belt. He's doing fine.
Maybe at WrestleMania.
He's starting to feud more with Laurinaitis and Carlton than Del Rio, but...
Which is, I think, a part of the... something I just thought of today about the whole thing with John Laurinaitis and everything. John Laurinaitis has... What I'm saying is it possible that we could finally see Brodus Clay just randomly appear at the middle of this match just to wreck shit?
That's true.
Agreed.
True.
That's legit.
Well, he did run with Del Rio.
And he did run with Del Rio,
and it's not...
Then Punk wouldn't look bad.
Yeah.
Because Brodus.
Brodus Clay. He's the love child of Bam Bam
Del
Bigelow and Taz.
Del Rio is just running with the stiffly little coward run, but
it's
still doing good.
But yeah.
Well, it's a good beginning heel run, and I mean he's doing it really well, and this would just add to it. So I think that's a really good way to go with it.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna hold it for much longer though, past this pay-per-view.
I think. Yeah, I'm going to take Del Rio to retain here via shenanigans, and in all likelihood, he'll probably lose it to Punk at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, that makes most sense. And I can see Punk with it at WrestleMania, so...
Yeah, I think when Punk finally does win the title, he's going to hold it through Mania. Because I think that they're going to give him the run now that Cena They did the right thing. Cena is now in full-on Rock mode.
Yes. Thank goodness.
They're not going to do the Cena versus The Rock for the title at WrestleMania unless they completely decide to change all of their plans. But I think they'll give Punk the run, and he's going to have a nice, long, multiple-month run. I could see him winning the title in December and holding it past WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Into next summer, even.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
So,
I'd be down.
all right, final match of the night.
Ooh.
The big one.
Oh, yeah.
Shenanigans galore.
The Rock finally comes back to wrestle a match.
Hey.
I wonder if he'll never leave this time. Oh.
Don't do it.
My heart can't
All right, so
take
you
it.
have The Rock and John Cena versus Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth.
Yep.
All I can say about this is going into this pay-per-view, they have made it blatantly clear that The Miz and R-Truth stand absolutely no chance.
Oh yeah. Cena defeated them on his own. What makes you think that The Rock and Cena can't? Unless there's some Rock shenanigans, which I believe there will be.
That, to me, that is the only way you're even going to see a close match in this, is if they go with the angle of The Rock and Cena. They could, both of them could beat them single-handedly, but they can't work together as a team.
Exactly. I could see Rock bottoming Cena at some point, or doing something and leaving him, but who knows.
And to me, that's where they need to go with this match. If
Oh,
they just
if
have
they
The
wanna
Rock
burn it, yeah.
and John Cena come out and steamroll The Miz and R-Truth,
That
what did you gain?
Yeah, that would be
At all. How does that help build their feud going to WrestleMania? If, they just teamed up and they steamrolled each other. Clearly they don't hate each other that much.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
there's going to be some dysfunction.
I think for the long-term well-being of this feud and keeping that WrestleMania match exciting and something people will want to see, other than the fact that it's Cena Rock, and that alone will sell it, but you want to at least have some kind of business to be carried in there.
Something's gotta be going
Oh,
in.
yeah.
So,
Well, they're burning it up. They're starting to burn the
Yeah.
feud, so we need to see more.
yeah, so I'm gotta go with the Cena Rock completely break down,
Yeah.
can't work together, and Miz and R-Truth manage to steal this one.
Yeah. That's the only way, unless, like they pull out a win and then Rock
Yeah,
bottoms
Yeah.
Cena.
I'm gonna go with that version of it, where Rock Cena win, but
And then all hell
then
breaks loose.
everything just goes nuts, and then it's just them beating the crap out of each other. But,
I wonder where they're gonna take Miz and R-Truth after this, though.
Well, that's the other thing.
That's
If they
the
just get
problem.
completely steamrolled, then
Well, they can't.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna get steamrolled completely. But
what?
I think one is that I thought they were supposed to get the tag team titles by now, so I don't know what the hell's going
Well,
on.
maybe they were before Evan decided to smoke the fake wacky tobacco.
Oopsie.
Who knew smoking fake weed was illegal?
Yeah, WWE, where smoking fake weed gets you in more trouble than smoking real weed.
Hey!
Whatever. All right.
Going on.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, Miz and R-Truth, I think they need to walk out of here with something to make them look at least credible.
Yeah. I feel like they've been building them up too. I feel like there's something.
They're also
going on.
there could be also like disqualification shenanigans that Miz and Truth have been
There
pulling
could be.
Or
lately,
no contest.
which brings it back into another gigantic just brawling in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
This needs to end with Rock and Cena having a breakout.
Oh yeah.
Just falling
That's-
apart.
yeah.
If they win this match cleanly and are just like, I don't like you, but we make a great team, that
No.
just does nothing for anyone.
No one wants that. No one
And
is
it-
expecting.
yeah, they showcased that on
crap.
Monday. That's not happening.
No.
So.
There's going to be a breakdown. I'm not
Oh
even.
gosh, I am so worried now that we're saying it's not even possible because I get the feeling something WWE. I have no faith in WWE at the moment.
Swerve!
So I can just
You don't have to
see
swerve
them,
the swerve.
let's shake hands, but do it in a mean way, and then we'll build it up to something at the next pay-per-view. Like I really.
Yep.
Mm,
I
don't
have
know.
faith that they will realize that they need to have some kind of conflict coming up at the end of this.
I hope.
Otherwise, when you get to WrestleMania, it's going to be like, Okay, so Rock versus Cena. What are they fighting for? Why do they dislike each other? All they do is rip on each other. Can you really build a feud off of John Cena just saying, "Well, The Rock's not here every week"?
Yeah,
You need something more than that.
yeah, and that's what I hope they're going to start now.
They need to, yeah.
All right. Well, we are clocking in over a half hour, so we are going to call it right here, and we will hopefully have a chance to do a recap
Review.
before Thanksgiving rolls around, when everyone goes their own ways for
A time.
their for whatever. Okay, so anyway, we will see you later. Fist pump. Bye.